Don't forget to press the subscribe button and click the bell icon to stay up to date with all our videos.
Hey everyone and welcome. Hope you guys are doing well, and our last project about the pizza application, it was well received. And if you guys have any question about or any feedback about our way of teaching, about the project selection, do let us know in the comment section. It does really help us a lot. And also we created a community on Telegram. Go ahead and join it, where we discuss a lot of beginner stuff, some projects, and a lot of other interactive like polls, posts, and things like that. Okay, coming back to this project, this is a Minesweeper game. So as you can see here, we have a timer. These are single or individual blocks or cells, and each cell does have a property. If you guys have not heard what exactly Minesweeper is, I would recommend you guys go ahead and check it online, that what exactly this game is. Though I'll cover the most of the topic in the video, but yes, if you guys want to have a quick knowledge before that, you can go ahead and check exactly what it is. So this is our final project, which it will try to come up to this solution or this view. So it reveals each and every cell, as you can see here. The toughest portion here would be to revealing like multiple cells at the same time. For example, there is, see this one. So if you hit a empty block, you should reveal all these surrounding ones. So this is the reason it is a medium scale project, and a lot of big companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon, they like these kind of questions. So we'll go deeper into those sections in the next section. Okay, so let's see what we are going to cover in these videos. So as you already saw, we have the introduction out there. Technologies which we will use is going to be React, and there might be a few images, so it's the most of the part will be React. Design flow, I'll show you in the next slide. Logic of the games will be discussed. I might not necessarily write the whole code of the logic. I'll give you kind of an API or a function just to work around with. And creating a React application will do that. Folder structures, I'll show you how it works, which are the cell parameters, what a particular cell is supposed to hold, and revealing a function, I'm going to show you that, and also the designing part. Okay, so let's look at the block section, how the design would be. So our main component would be the app.js, and inside of the app we'll have a board.js, which will hold a bunch of cells in it, and cells depend based on how we have input. Right now we have 10 by 10, so 10 in a row, 10 in a column. So it's going to be 100 cells, and we'll place like, let's say, 20 bombs in it or mines in it at different locations. And there will be a timer here. So if a person is not reaching up to a certain, let's say 999 would be our maximum number. So if the person reaches there, that means that the game is over. And if a person keeps revealing each and every cell, the quickest timer would be noted. So in a cell, there will be these properties. So reveal and value are two main properties, but apart from that, it would be a location on which axis, in which row, in which column it stays on. Right now, you don't need to worry about that too much because I'm going to show you in the code, but this is how it will be. And as you have already seen the final output, it might look something like this. Okay, so quickly, let me go ahead and start do a create React app, so at least we have a new project. So we make it a bit bigger. If you guys don't know how the React works or how to create a project, so I would suggest you to go ahead and look at for the up and running with React, which we already have a tutorial. Okay, so in order to create a new project, I'm going to go into the directory where I want to save it. It's documents. So npx create React app, and here I will call it Minesweeper video. So that's it. If you want to create a new project, this is how you create it. So I'll let it go ahead and run its course, and I'll see you in just a bit. Okay, so for now we have the project ready with create react app. Let me go into it. Minesweeper video code dot. Okay, so we have the boilerplate ready here in the src. We have a bunch of things. We don't need a lot of things here, so I'll quickly remove the things which we don't need. Logo, we don't really need that. Service worker, setup test, we don't need that as well, so I'll simply delete them. And also there might be some things which are here. We don't have a index css, we don't have service worker. I can simply remove the whole thing. Also in the app we do have this one, but we don't have the logo. Alright, so let me even remove this one. H1. Minesweeper, let me save it and we'll start it. npm start. Okay, we already have a. Let me stop that other process. Okay. Now I'll do the npm start. Should work fine. Okay. Let's go and check the. Okay, so we have index css not found. If I go back to the code, it's gonna be app index. Okay, where was it? I found Minesweeper src. I think we are not even importing it. App css is working fine. Okay, so this might happen to you as well. So in this situation, what you should do is just delete these node modules, even the yarn lock, and stop the process. And just do yarn install and yarn start and -c. So -c is going to remove the cache. So okay, till this thing installs, let's look at the folder structure, how we will have it. So the first folder which we need here is the components one, and another one which we will require is a util one. Util one will hold all the methods to create a board. It will even have a main method which is a reveal method. So if you don't know how to create a board, so board is a two-dimensional array, and here as you can see I have already recently created an example for you guys. So this is a create board method, and if the BOM, because if you have a BOM number, so you don't need to worry about that too much right now, but let me go ahead and show you how to create, or I can just go through the code. Okay, so this is the grid which creates a board for us. So it's an empty array, and if you don't know what is a two-dimensional array is basically an array of arrays. So there are multiple arrays inside of it. So this is one array, and inside of it is 0 0 0 0. Next one will be okay 0 0 0 0 and things like that. So there could, for a BOM it could be x 0 0 0. So now we know that this is a BOM. So this is how you create a grid, and this is an empty grid which we have 0 as an identifier that there is nothing in it. And in order to place a BOM, we initiate with 0, like for example 0 BOMs are placed in it, and we take like random numbers within a limit, right? So that's why we have a random floor, and within R is within a limit of a row or a column. And if that particular item or a particular cell is 0, that's when we change it to X or a BOM, or else we do nothing. And if we are changing it to a BOM, we are incrementing the BOM counter as well. So in this situation, what could happen is if you have a BOM count which is greater than the product of row and column, it's going to go into an infinite loop. So to handle that situation, we have a if the BOM is, it would never be, but just in case if you mess up in like when we code it. So this is why we have a, if the BOM is greater than the product, we have a BOM which is going to be 3 times less than the product, right? And then comes the main thing, which is a neighboring BOM count. So for example here, if it is 1, it's 0, right? So if it has a neighbor which is a BOM, that means that it is X. This is supposed to be 1. For this one, it has 2 neighbors, 1 and 2, not even 2, 3, right? So this will be 3. This is supposed to be 3, not even 3, it is supposed to be 4, because 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in order to achieve this, what we do here is that we go through each and every block and check if it has a neighboring BOM, and we increment it. So this code will be inside our util method. So let me go ahead and inside this one, first one will be a create board.js and reveal.js. We won't necessarily be coding the whole part. I'll just show you this, what exactly it will be, and let me show you right now how I have in my project. Okay, so as you can see here, this is a function which we have. It takes in row, column, and number of BOMs. Board is a array, and here what we do is we are creating those 2 for loops and pushing into it an object of value, revealed, neighbors. You don't need to worry about these things right now, we'll take care of it later. But neighbors, in fact, we don't really need this. Okay, so BOMs count is incrementing the, like, or randomly placing the BOMs and adding numbers. This is something which we will discuss in just a bit. Okay, so we have this project running and it says Minesweeper, which was expected. And now let's go ahead and I'll simply copy and paste the logic to create a board. Okay, so in order to create a board, as I showed you already how this board works, I didn't show you how the numbering works, but I'll show you like later. Okay, so in this one, let me go ahead and create a board in the components. So board.js, and in the app I'll simply give it a location to the component board though we don't have anything in the board one. So first of all, I need to write something here. React functional component. Come on, show the auto type, auto suggest, whatever. React functional component. Okay, anyway, constant import react from react. Again, giving it a try. Nope. Constant board equals to, and here will be return, I'll just say board export default board. Okay, and let's see if it works here. Board. Oh, okay, then no auto suggest at all. Maybe I'll just simply need to restart this. Import board from board Okay, doing it the atom way. Huh. Okay, anyway, let me restart this guy, VS Code, and I'll see you in just a bit. Alright, so as you can see on the screen here, we do have the board which was in the previous video as well. And let's try to place those like cells in here. Or maybe make a board more like a Minesweeper board. So in order to do that, first of all, we need to create the board, right? So a two-dimensional state. So constant grid, or I can even say board or grid, anything would be fine. Okay, so set grid equals to use state. Let me close this thing, we don't need the files. State, use state, and it's going to be an empty array. And in the component did not update, component did mount. So whenever it mounts first, you need to use the use effect, and the first thing it will take is a function. Second will be any updates or something, dependencies. So in the use effect, I'll have a function. So function get our fresh board. In this fresh board, what I need to call is, we need to call this create board function. So this create board function, it takes in row, column, and number of bombs or mines, and it simply returns it by creating a function. So it is going to return a grid, board, and the mine location. So mine location, I'll show you where exactly it will be helpful for us, but right now we just need to make sure that we have the board. So constant new board equals to create board. So luckily we have the auto import working right now. Console log new board. Let's see what do we get here, and after that we'll go further with it. So in order to execute this function, I need to call it for the first time, fresh board, and this should work. And the console will have the like an array. So let's see if it, oh, I guess it it did or did not work. Let me see. We didn't pass in the parameters. So 5, let's say 10. Alright, so we did get something. So our board has 5 items in it, and these are the value of his cell, right? So right now we are getting everything. Value is 4, X means a bomb. So yeah, this is working fine. Let's close this and let's show something on the screen. So we need to set the state to the grid, right? So set grid and new board. And here what I need to do is, so now as we know that this grid is an array of arrays, so for that reason I need to do map for the first time here. Grid dot board. You need to make sure that what we are passing, we need to take that. So grid is going to return the whole object. All we care about is just the board, right? So grid dot board dot map, and here we will have, let's say, single row return div json.stringify. I'll show you how other things will work, but at this moment this will be fine enough. And grid, okay, we don't need the curly bracket. And if no grid dot board return div loading or something, whatever you want. Alright, so right now, as you can see, in every single line we have a new cell here, right? Okay, so in order to show this value as well, it's not every single line, it's every single, most probably, and till here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, yeah, that's how it is. So if you want to check it, you can do like a P, so we get a nice padding around it. Alright, see, so this is one block, this is another block, this is, so there are 5 blocks here. In order to, like, even we need to map through this one as well, right? So we need to have another map here. So it's gonna be single row dot map, and here we will have each block or something, each or single block return div. Here we will have single block dot, let's see which value we can take. We should probably take a value here, right? So for that reason we'll do value. Okay, value, and this should be good enough. Okay, alright, so now we have single values. Now the thing what we need to do here is that we need to have it in a crisscross, not in a crisscross, but one below the other as a stack, right? So in order to do that, we will need to have a like a flex, display flex. That is one way to do it in one line, or else there could be other ways as well in CSS. Alright, so for now what we will do here is div, and here we will have single row, and in this div we will have display as flex. So style display flex. Alright, so we have them in a single line, so each cell is in a row, and that's how it is. And to modify the block as well, let's say we will be having proper styling. This is just to a shorthand to do stuffs. Okay, width will be, let's say, 30, height is 30, and perfect. So this is how we need it, right? And border 2px solid red. Okay, so as you can see, it's not in the center, but at least we have something right there. Okay, so now each and every cell has a property in it. So in the next one, what we will do is that instead of the value, we will have a cell here, and this cell will have all the properties of the single block. So details equals to single block, something like that. So in the next video, I'll start designing the cell, and I'll see you in just a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and quickly create the cell class. So the cell component will have cell.js, and it's just going to be a simple div. So React functional component cell, and here we will have, we are going to pass in the details, right? So details as the props, and simply details dot value. So it should kind of replicate the same thing, and all we need to give is a styling, which we had here. So I won't give the border because I'm going to have a background instead of a border. Okay, so I'll close this one as well, and return will give you a cell, and first of all style height and width 30/30, which is good, and I'm simply going to import it, right? So cell auto import, correct. It might did work, but the thing is it didn't close the component. Okay, so let's see. There was some issue, and we need to figure out what exactly the issue is. The issue is we haven't passed in the details. So details equals to single block. Okay. All right, so we do have the things which we were looking for, and simply we need to have a background here. Background, let's say gray, and perfect. So this is how the cell will look like. And now let's go ahead and first of all let me center all the items, right? So first of all I'll have height and width are bigger than 30, so at least we know they are not in the center of the block. So in order to get it on the center, display, I can simply even have, I can create a style sheet or even a constant style and cell style, and I can simply have these backgrounds here. This style I will have to put it in this function because the style will be dependent on the state as well. Okay, so gray, what else? We want to have display, flex, justify content, center, align items, center. So this is something which we use when we want to center something, right? Or center any item in a div or any other tag. So style dot cell style, and it should be in the center. Okay, now as you see, each and every item is in the center. Now what we want to do here is to have a on click property. So in order to have on click, I should have on click and console.log. What are we going to console log? So details. So everything which I click is going to have its attached value to it. So we are going to handle this key issue as well. So if I click on 3, the value should be 3, and revealed is false, flagged is false, right? So to start with a simple thing, if you guys don't know what exactly flagged is, it is when you play an actual game. This is a kind of a version which we were inspired by, but the old version of Minesweeper is something like this. Minesweeper image. This is the old version. If you guys have not seen what exactly this is, I would recommend you guys go ahead and see it. In the old PCs we were having, in the old Windows, we were having this game. Alright, so flagged is something which we think that there might be a bomb or mine. So we do a right click and there's a flag here. Right click, and on the left click is going to reveal everything, right? So that's what this thing does. And let's go ahead and first of all try to toggle this flag true or false. So in order to do that, what we need to, our states, they stay in the board one, right? So on any click here, we want to pass in the state to the parent. In order to do that, we'll have a callback function, constant update flag. Okay, so update flag happens every time on the right click, right? So let's go ahead and Google like right click on click react. So there should be a difference between a right and a left click, right? So there is a difference. So on click is a left click and on context menu is a right click, right? So in order to check it, we'll have a console log and left right click. We already know how left click works, right? So right click, and I'm going to pass it into the cell. Update flag will be update flag, and in this cell, if we go ahead and have a on context menu, and here we'll have update flag. I haven't imported it yet, but let me go ahead and update flag. All right, let's go ahead and check if it worked. So left click will work. See, left click, we are getting the value from on click. So 7 line item is on click. On if I do a left click, see, it is going to give me this menu as well, which we can stop it, but at least we are getting an on 17 right click. So in order to stop that particular thing from happening, I will have to have a event default. I need to stop it, right? So for on context menu event e, I will pass in e as well, and in my update, where is update bold, e is event. So event dot prevent default. If I do this, it's not going to give me that drop down menu. So left click and right click. Okay, so see, I did a right click, it didn't give me that drop down. So this is how we toggle the state. Now here, not a state, but at least a right click, we change something. So what we have to do here is to update this particular flag, right? So on the left click, you already know that we have this value. So simply need to update it based on X and Y. So how are we going to do that? So for, as you already know that React is supposed to be immutable. The states are supposed to be immutable. So const are not a constant. Let new grid equals to JSON dot stringify parse JSON dot stringify and grid. So this is what does is that it creates a deep copy of this particular state. So every time if I change something on this grid, it is not going to mess around with the original state. It's going to completely reassign the state. So new grid, and here what I need to pass is that the details, or I can even say like X and Y. So X and Y is equal to true. I can simply say like true, and it's not supposed to be X and Y, it's gonna be X comma Y, X and a separate Y. All right, and now we need to do is to assign it to it, right? So set grid, new grid, and this will not work at this moment because we haven't assigned X and Y. So in the cell, I need to go ahead and give it details dot X and details dot Y. This should most probably work. So let's go ahead and try to update this state, and cannot set property 4 of undefined. All right, so let's see what we get there in the. First of all, let's try and do something else. All right, so for each and every item, it's gonna do the same thing. So let's. Oh, my bad. Because the thing is that dot flagged. This is the property we need to change, right? So console log grid. This is an object which we are getting. You cannot assign object to true. Okay, so first of all, let me get rid of the errors. You see X. Alright, we again get this, but at least see what the console is. Cell type property update flag 19. So for some reason we are not getting something. Let's see what exactly is happening there. Grid, we pass in the new grid. Okay, new grid, we are trying to modify it, but let's see. Okay, left click. Okay, cannot read property console log x and y. Are we getting something here? Details, where is the set? Okay, details dot x and details dot y. Maybe this is something which we need to look into. First of all, click on this one. X is 2, y is 2. Okay, this is alright. And if we go ahead in the board one, new grid, let's see what exactly new grid is. Stringify json.parse, which is something alright. Okay. Alright, so there is some issue there. We don't have. Oh, I didn't do the right click. Okay, we did the right click. Okay, alright, I got it. So it is supposed to be in the board. It cannot be, because we are returning a board and a mine location, right? So this should work. Just a small modification is that we need to have dot board dot flag. That's supposed to be true, right? So new grid dot board, and this should most probably do as we think it should do. So let's do a. Alright, so dot board dot. One more issue here is that board is supposed to be before this property, most probably. Let's give it a try. So dot board. Yep. Alright, so loading. We did assign it to something, but there was some issue there. Board. Alright, never mind. Let me exactly look into this issue. Alright, so the last time where we stopped was we were having an issue that it was not changing the flagged state, right? So the issue was because, look at this point where we are using in the use effect, when we are calling a new board, this new board is returning a board as well as like a board as well as the mine locations, right? So what we do is we set like the complete grid as a board and a mine location, which we don't want. We just want it to be a board or simply a grid, right? So this is corrected, and then what happens is when we update a flag. So this update is something like you are trying to manipulate an object. So this object is within an array, so you need to know how are you going to manipulate that object. So as I told you before, this is not for beginners because the logic definitely is not for beginners. It has been asked by a lot of big companies like Google, Facebook. I have personally given interviews in those companies for Minesweeper. So yes, the logic is a bit complex, but if you keep working on it, if you keep doing it, it's not that tough. Alright, so if you see here, what we are doing is we are taking a deep copy. So json.parse and json.stringify, it allows us to have a deep copy of an array of objects. So when you have like nested objects, this is how you need to do it. And see, here we were trying to take the items, like take what exactly this particular cell would be. So this particular cell information would be in this. So now we have removed the board, so we don't need this. Also, we don't need this board from here. We can simply have like x and y dot flagged equal to true. And now the thing is that we simply need to have a set grid to new grid. We don't need to have a board here because it is not returning any board or anything, right? Another thing here is that return grid board. We don't necessarily need to have this, so I'm going to take it out, and also this one. Okay, let's see if something breaks. Okay, so most probably things went well. Let me try to refresh it, and this error, if we, okay, this is not the right way to solve it, but index 1 and index 2, just to get rid of this error, I'm doing it. Later we can take care of it. So key equals to index 1, and here we'll have key equals to index 2. Again, I'm telling you, this is not the right way to give keys to the object, or keys to the map, but this is just to get rid of this annoying messages. Okay, so if I click on it, I'm going to get the value of this particular cell, right? And it has flagged false. Alright, so let me try to right click. Something did happen, right? So when I did the right click, it gave me the grid information. And let me click on it again. So the flagged one, as you can see here, it is changed to true. Alright, so in a way we are manipulating the object within an array, right? So let's see how are we going to update the particular, or I should say reveal the particular cell. So if I go into the cell, let's try something different. So if details dot revealed, if this is revealed, that is when you need to call the value, or else I can just show, I should say nothing, right? And if I do an on click, I want to reveal a cell, right? So in the board one, I need to create another function. So this is going to be on right click or flag a cell. This one is going to be on, or I should say component did mount. This function is creating a board. This is calling the function, and here this event prevent default, if you don't know, it is simply like right click has a default behavior. So to stop or to not have a drop down on right click, right? And this one is deep copy of a state. Alright, so this is our return, or we can even say in a class form it's a render function. Okay, so the thing is that we need to create another function which is going to be reveal cell, right? And constant reveal cell. So right now we'll simply do is that we'll change the revealed or whatever it is to true. So I'm going to take a deep copy again, and I don't need to do a prevent default because this is on left click. So, and if you don't know, we can take let grid because let is within the scope. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is that I need x and y. So this is the location, and new grid x comma y dot and revealed equals to true, right? And then what I do is set the grid, set grid to new grid, and I need to pass in the function as well. So reveal cell equals to reveal cell, and within the cell I need to on click reveal cell. So cell and on click reveal cell, and here I need to have x and y. So x will be details x and y will be details y. So this should work. Alright, right now things are looking okay. So you see that it is revealing itself. So wherever I click, it is going to reveal. One more thing I should do here is that let me have a border. 2 pixels solid green. And this should work. Okay. So if I click on this one, it is going to reveal itself. Perfect. So this works. Okay, so what next? Next one is to identify the bombs or identify the number, right? So in order to do that, I need to have another logic in my reveal cell that if new grid dot value is equal to x, alert mine found, or else it's just going to be else, we'll simply reveal it, right? So at this moment, let's do this, and we'll set grid to the regular value, right? So I don't know exactly what is happening in there, I don't know what is behind it, but light gray, and I'll also have cursor pointer. I'm going to transfer this style into a CSS cell. Okay, click on it, 3, okay, 2, 3, it has 3 bombs. This should be a bomb. Okay, so mine found, perfect. So it is not being revealed, and perfect, it is working as we expect it to work, right? So now the thing is that reveal is not that simple as we think it is, because let's say we have 0, right? So there could be some, let's go into the board, and this is a 5 by 5, so all has a 10 bombs, right? But there will be like 10 by 10, and then let's say that we have 20 bombs, right? So it's going to be 100 cells, and then we have 20 bombs in it. So a lot of values will be 0. If we want to see those values, let's go ahead and look into those values. So I'm going to, for the time being, I'll just have values. Okay, see, the zeros are something which we care about, because if you click on a 0, that's how it is in a Minesweeper game. If you click on 0, it is going to reveal the, like the, though all the zeros surrounding or adjacent ones, and also the numbers, like the first number which we get around it, so we are supposed to reveal it. And let's do this. If value is not equal to 0, that's when you reveal it, or else it's going to be an empty cell. So is not equal to 0 and details dot value. Let's try. This should work, because yeah, see this. So all these are zeros, so we don't see them. But if I click on it, I am supposed to at least reveal each and everything, and then reveal also this value, right? So if I do a refresh, there will be a better one. So yep, see, it has a long trail of zeros sometimes. So if I reveal a few, let's see in the board, 15, So it keeps on going deeper. So if I am clicking on this one, it should change this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Also change all these around. So that part is a bit complex one, and you at least need to know in JavaScript how it works. It includes a stack how to do it, and yeah. But for the sake of simplicity, right now in this project, what we have done is we have created a logic for it, and I'm simply going to give you the API, how it works. API means a function, right? So let me give you the logic. I'll go through the logic as well. So, okay, this is the maximum. All right, so this is a reveal function. So all I need to do is call the reveal function. It is going to give me an array as well as the non-mine count. You will get to know the importance of the non-mine count in just a bit. But yes, reveal function is a bit complex one. If you want to go ahead and you don't want to understand this logic, it's fine. But I'm going to go through the code. I'm not going to write the code, but I'll just go through it. So if you are interested to just go to the next portion, you can go to the time which is below, and let's go ahead with understanding the reveal function. Okay, so now let's talk about the reveal function. So I have made the font a slightly bigger here, but yeah, that should be like more visible now. Okay, so what exactly is the reveal function? So reveal function, it kind of reveals whatever we click as well as the surroundings. So let's say if we are on 0, we want to reveal the surroundings as well, right? But if we are on 1, we don't want to reveal any of the surrounding. Okay, so for that one, let's go line by line into the code. So first, the arguments. Let's talk about the arguments. The argument will take the array, and this is a new or a deep copy of an array. Second one is the position where I am clicking right now. All right. So first check which I do here, this is kind of a redundant check, but yeah, we are doing it. So if it is already revealed, we don't want to do anything with that, right? We just simply return that particular array. Next thing is, this is a stack where we keep track of all the zeros. So flipped.push, we are initially pushing the first item in it. No matter wherever we are clicking, we send the first item, right? And in this while loop, we will check if the length is not equal to 0. We'll keep going till the length is not equal to 0. We have a condition in which we take out all the items from the flipped. So this condition will always match. All right. So if we do a flipped.pop out of this stack, it is going to make this flipped stack or flipped length is equal to 0 at this stage, right? But also we are adding items to it. So flip.push, so we keep adding to it, and at one point we have a flipped which is 0, right? Okay. So as I told you, this is a redundant check because we are checking if it is revealed here. Also, we are kind of doing the same thing, right? But that's fine. At this stage, it is okay. So when it's not revealed, we change it to reveal to true. You don't need to worry about the mine counts right now, but okay. If the value is not equal to 0, right? So we need to go further only if it's 0. For stages or conditions like 1, 2, 3, 5, or a bomb, we won't be using the bomb here, but yeah, for all the numbers, we don't want to go any further, and that's it. Here we are completing the loop. But let's say if it's 0, that is when we do the checks. So let's say we are at this, we clicked on this point, and what I do is x minus 1. So x minus 1 is on the top and y minus 1 is on the left. So if I clicked here, I am checking this one and this one, right? So it's sorry, it's not this and this, it's this, because it's one on the top and one on the left, so it's going to be this cell. So if I check if it is 0, and if it is revealed, and if it's sorry, not revealed, right? So there are two checks. First of all, if it is 0, and second one is that if it is revealed. That is when, if those conditions match, that is when I need to push it into the flipped array. And there is like other condition which we need to check because of the border conditions. So if x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0. The same thing goes for the plus and plus, right? So it's going to be here. So assuming that this is where we clicked, right? So this condition is going to check for the bottom left. Let me write it down. We don't need this comment, so top left, right? This one is for bottom left. Yes, bottom left. Not bottom left, bottom right. Okay. -1 and +1, right? So x is +1. So x is here and y is minus, right? So y is going to be here. So bottom left. Left. So I hope you got the idea from here that if the condition is 0 and if it is not revealed, that is when we push it, right? Here kind of the same thing, x is -1 and y is plus, so top right, and for all the single ones, so if a single means like no, just one condition would be like plus or minus. So this one is x is minus, so for the top one, and here x is plus, so bottom one. This is y is minus, so left one, and the same way right one, right? So we are pushing everything into it. Now what we need to do is we need to reveal the item. So we need to kind of like show it that or reveal it, right? So for that one, what we do is we just change the revealed to true. I think there could be a way in which we can simply put it into this particular blocks, but let me think about it. But right now this thing works, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay, so we start revealing it, and this is kind of the same thing. We minus minus, so minus and minus, so it's going to be on the left, top left. Oh yes, I have it. So top left reveal. Okay, here it is. Top left reveal, then we have the top reveal, so y is minus. We have, okay, this is not true because x -1, x is, okay, I made a mistake here, but kind of does it does the thing which we require it to do, right? So y -1 is left reveal, this x+1, x is plus, so bottom, and y is minus, so bottom left. Bottom left reveal and left, x is minus, so top, and x is +1, so bottom, x is minus, so top, and plus, so right, top right, length -1, but y +1, y plus is right. Okay, and plus plus, so bottom, plus is bottom, y is so bottom right. So this was kind of weird that this was true. Okay, so anyway, whatever we do here, this is the end of the while loop, and whatever we do here after that, we are returning the array as an object and the new mine count. You don't need to worry about this, we'll talk about this later. But this is our reveal function, and to simply use the reveal function, all you need to do is go to the board, and on any update or any reveal, you simply call it. So let new revealed board reveal equals to, or I should say board equals to, we already have the new grid, right? So reveal, is it revealed or, okay, it is revealed, and new grid. Okay, so we do have the new grid and we simply pass in the array. Sorry, my bad. New revealed board. Let's see what new revealed board dot array. It's not auto completing, but that's fine. Okay, and also in the cell one, let's go ahead and do some modifications. So if it is revealed, that is when you show it, or else you show an empty whatever it is. So if I click on it, click, okay, it showed an error, cannot read undefined, because the issue here is that we didn't pass in the x and y. So in order to do that, simply xy and okay, 1 2 mine found, but it's still supposed to reveal something, right? Oh, okay, because we okay, we need to go for the zeros. 0, perfect. So if you click on 0, it's gonna reveal everything, right? The same thing for that. Okay, perfect. So if I clicked here, it's going to remove or reveal everything. So this is reveal function is working perfect as we expect it to work. If you face, this is the main logic of, or this is the cream of this application, so or this game. So if you have any difficulty understanding this, do let me know in the comment section and I can clarify the doubts. Okay, so those who have skipped the reveal function or thought that reveal function is not more important for you and you skipped it, so for you guys we have, like, let me give you an update what we have done here. So in the update flag, it is like it's on a right click, right? So that's the same way we have the reveal function. In the reveal function, you already might have seen that we were revealing something here, but apart from that, we pass it into a function which is called revealed, and this revealed is going to give you a new array of arrays or a new grid with like the updated locations. So updated locations are like revealed surrounding or things, what we can say it, right? So let me show you what I'm talking about right now. So when I reveal something here, it's going to pass into this function and set the grid, like the new grid. If I reveal this one, so what this reveal function is going to do is take all the surroundings which are related to zeros and one, there's a logic behind it, how it works. So it takes in all these zeros and reveals the surrounding of all the zeros, right? And gives you a new array, and that is the reason we are setting the new array as a set grid, and that's the reason you see this as an upgrade, right? So a lot of things are being covered already, and a few things which we would like to see right now is, one thing is about the timer. I'm going to create a timer. It's gonna keep rolling 1, 2, 3, 4 and things like that. But I would like to see you guys, how do you guys stop that timer, right? Though in the original project which I created, I already have that. But I want to give you guys a homework task in which I want to see you how you stop the timer. Though I'm going to show you the game over model and everything, all you need to do is place a timer, stop time on that particular model. Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and I'm going to save this one and think about when are we going to stop this game, or when this game ends. The game ends on when we hit a bomb, right, or a mine, or else if we have revealed all the blocks which are not mines, right? And that is the reason we have mine count. So where is the mine count here? There was a mine count somewhere which we were taking into consideration. Okay, just a second. All right, so when we are creating a board, we set that state. So that's how I did before, and Yep, that's a pretty like simple logic. So non-mine count and set non-mine count equals to use state, and this initially will be 0. We don't care about it whether it's 0 or not right now, but we are going to set a state here. So set non-mine count, which is going to be 10 into 10 minus 15. So 10 into 10 minus 15. Tell me a logic, how are you going to convert this grid as a easy, medium and hard grid or a Minesweeper game, okay? Alright, so we have a non-mine count here somewhere, and what we are going to do here is that, hold on, so we are already setting mine locations as well at some point, not in the state, but yes, when we get a board, as you already know here, when we are getting something from the board, we have the mine location, because that's gonna come into place as well right now. Okay, so we have board set mine. Alright, I need to create a new one. Constant mine locations and set locations equals to use state, and it's going to be an empty array. Set mine location or locations, mine locations will be, what is it, new board dot mine location. Alright, so this is going to give you the complete location where exactly the mine is, and then what we are going to do is, first of all, let's like reveal all the mines. So after that we'll do the set non-mine count. I'm getting confused in that. Okay, so where are we supposed to reveal it? So as soon as you hit a mine, that's when you are supposed to reveal all the mines, right? So for let I equals to 0 to I less than mine locations dot length. So we go through it, and one by one we reveal each and every one, right? So if new board or new grid and mine locations of I and 0, so this is the 0th index, and mine locations of I of first index, if it is, or we can simply do it like I don't really need to check if it's revealed, though to optimize it we can do that, but at this moment I don't really care. So reveal equals to true. Okay, so now we are revealing each and everything, and after that what we need to do is we need to set the board as well, right? So for that reason what we do here is that set grid new grid. Okay, perfect. This looks good to me right now. Alright, let's give it a try. I have one, so there's supposed to be a mine somewhere. This one, perfect. So alright, so this is working as we are expecting it to work. Let's give it a try one more time. One, here is the mine, and it's revealing each and everything, which is perfect, right? Okay, so about the mine location thing, there is supposed to be like, okay, let's deal with the mine location or mine count at this point. So non-mine count will always be the total grid numbers or total blocks minus the grids, right? So every time if I reveal something, I need to decrement the mine count. So in order to do that, I need to pass it into the reveal function somewhere. So maybe I'm, okay, new mine counts, which is what we are doing right now. Okay, so when I am in the board, I have the mine count here, and we are not setting anything. When it's a fresh board, we don't really do anything. But when we reveal something, So reveal does take in another parameter, which is, let's see, non-mine count. So this is a current mine count, right? So for that reason, I'll go ahead and put in like the current mine count, right? So what is the non-mine count? Sorry, non-mine count. And when I'm setting the grid, I also need to set the set non-mine count, and which is going to be new revealed board dot, let's see, what exactly are we sending? So non-mine count. Okay, this looks kind of good to me, but at this point, let's go ahead and also display at least something. So the non-mine count one. So here I'm going to take the whole part, p, and non-mine count. Okay, we don't want it to be, oh okay, because it's in the map, it's in the wrong location. So for this reason I need to create a new div, and p is going to be non-mine count, and there comes the grid, right? So I'm going to take the whole grid and place it here. We don't need this, and if I save it, it's going to give us 85, which is, yeah, which is kind of good. Oops, cannot read property map of undefined. Okay, so maybe we did something which was, oh, maybe I clicked on the same thing twice. Okay, grid is 85 because it's a bomb. 36, 0, gonna be bomb, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. It should come to 0, and if it's a 0, that means that it is a, okay, perfect, yeah, see, it is 0, that means that the game is over. We have revealed each and everything. So this is how we are going to implement the game over logic. Alright, so before we go any further, I would like to style it a little bit. So for that reason, let's try to do something which is going to make it look a little bit better. So I'm going to give this is the main grid, right? So I'm going to give it the parent, or the parent div style. So let's go ahead and put this into the parent, and let's see, style border. We are not going to give it inline style. I'm going to give it a class name, but for this at the moment I'm just going to give it temporary. So border 2 pixel solid red. Just want to see how it looks like. Okay, it's taking the complete thing. That's fine, and we can either give it like a text line center. Let's see what happens. So it's not a text, but okay, it doesn't work this way. But we can use a display flex, justify, content center. Okay, flex direction is going to be, I guess, column. I kind of mess up every time between row and column, but okay, this is that's perfect. And just it's not justify content, it's going to be align items. I kind of keep doing like a back and forth thing, but it is supposed to come in the center though. Align items. Center, perfect. So right now, as we see here, this is in the center. And what we need to do next, one, I would like to implement a logic here, or like provide you a logic which is about when we reveal a mine, right? Cannot read map of undefined. What did we do here? One, okay, map of undefined. We try to reveal it again. It's going to give you the same thing. So first of all, I need to go into reveal, and we are returning it an array. We simply need to return it. So what happens here if it is already revealed? Perfect. Okay, no, it kind of broke, and if it is revealed, I don't really need to go any further, right? So it's supposed to be in the board, maybe in the board or in the cell, right? So where is the logic? On click reveal cell, I can simply do it in the board. Reveal if grid, or like a, yeah, I can simply do the mine or a grid x and y is equal to dot revealed is true, return. I don't really need to do anything here, right? So if I am here two, whatever I do, it's not going to go any further, right? So, which is good. Next thing is in the cell one, I have given it a cell style, right? So the reason why I need to give cell style here is I'm going to use some states here. So a couple of styles will need to give it here, but the rest we are going to give it in our CSS. Style is equal to, okay, let me copy and paste what I have here. So background will have this thing. Background, don't need to worry about the data. Data is details. Details.value, if it's x, then you are supposed to show it a mine or things like that. And don't even worry about these methods. I'm going to show you in just a bit. Bomb checks pattern. So first let's talk about it. So bomb checks pattern. What this basically does is that every even bomb has a checks one, right? So Minesweeper. This is our inspiration, how we created it, right? So we don't have the hover one, but yeah, see this checks, it has a light green and a dark green, light green and a dark green in a different variation, right? And when I open it, even those, the revealed one has a like a checks pattern, right? So in order to do that, I have a simple logic, and this simple logic kind of does it for us. So first of all, we don't need this. More. Okay. Alright, so bomb checks pattern, it takes in the x and a y, and based on the modulus, which is it an even or an odd, based on it does the calculation and gives us what exactly should be the background, right? And mine color, it's a different one, so don't worry about it as well. I'm going to show you in just a bit. Details. Check pattern is a green one, which you saw before. So checks pattern. If you want to like copy and paste or type the code, you can pause the video right now and just type it, or else you can maybe use the GitHub repository, which I'm going to provide you. Alright, so here details again and details. Alright, let's talk about the mine color. So I'm going to create a new util function, which is going to be mine colors.js. And the reason why we need a mine color is, see this, each mine has a different color, right? I was trying to do something like this, like one after the other, but I don't have the time to do it, and that's the reason I was not able to do it. But if you guys want to do something like this, let me know. And okay, let's go to the mine color, and I'm going to simply copy and paste it. First of all, let me pause this sound. Alright, so the mine color is pretty simple, because what we do here is that we take in like 4 different colors or 5 different colors, and based on it we are returning a single color. So this is a randomizer based on this particular 6 colors, right? So if I do this and mine colors, I'm going to import it. I think this should be good to go apart from just the style which I want here. So class name equals to what we want here. So it could be cell style, and we can give this class name in our app CSS. I don't even know if we are using all these. We can simply remove it, but I'll just let it stay as it is. Dot cell style, and let's put in some things which we have here. So height, font size, these are pretty good. To remove it from here, and in our app CSS, width is good, height is good, background color we don't need anymore, border we don't need it, display is good, flex, justify content, center, align items, center, justify content is not camel case anymore, it is items, perfect pointer, and font size. Alright, seems good to me right now. There could be some issues, but we can take care of it. Alright, so right now we don't see anything, right? So the reason here could be that the bomb count or whatever is not, oh, maybe it's because we haven't given any background, right? So in order to give a background, we are going to do style. We don't have styles, we are going to simply have style as style. We can though remove it, but constant style. Oh, okay. This should kind of work, but let's see. Cell style. It is not showing what we are expecting it to show, but okay, let's see. Style, we are having, where is the app CSS, let's say background will be red. Let's see this. Okay, so it is kind of not importing the class name as well, which is strange because it is supposed to do it. And let's try to remove this for the time being, and let's see. Okay, so the class name, it is not being imported here. So what could be the reason? Import app.css. We need to do this. Okay. Components app.css. Okay, so this CSS thing is not working. Let me just look into it for just a bit. Okay, so the reason here was that I was not using the proper metric here. So it's supposed to be pixel, and it cannot be 25, it's supposed to be 25 pixel as well. So once I have this, it is going to work perfectly. I don't need a background because I'm going to use the background from these guys. Cell style, and this should work as well. Okay, perfect. This is looking pretty good, right? So if I open it, it's going to be a different color. If I open this one, it's going to reveal all the mines and with a different color in it, right? So this is looking pretty good. Let's try to open a lot of stuff. Okay, perfect. Now let's go ahead and remove all the, because when we see the main or the other games, we don't have, like when it's a 0, we don't have the 0 in here, right? So it doesn't look pretty good. So in order to do that, it is going to be in my details one. So like details revealed or details value, we need to give it a style, right? So in order to do that, let's go ahead and give me just a moment. Because I'm going to import a new function which is going to be first of all the number code. These numbers, we need to have a code for them, or color code for them, sorry. So this is the number color code, and let's have color as number color code, right? So in our styles here, because why do we need to use a different style is because these styles are based on the states which we use here, right? So color will be number color code, and it is going to take in the data details dot value. Okay, so if you perfect, see this, it has a different value. It is going to take it as a different, with a different like a color, right? Okay, so also we need to have font weight, and it is going to be 800, so it's a bit bold. And what else do we need here? Height is good. Font size was 30 in the previous one. Let's try to put it as 30. Let's see what happens. It is pretty good. It is not too big, not too small. So 30 is the perfect one. All right. So zeros, we don't want zeros, right? So in order to not have zeros, what are we going to do it in the cell? Cell, and it is going to be that first of all, if it's not revealed, right? So details dot revealed if it's not revealed, and not and flagged dot flagged. If this is the case, if it is not revealed and flagged, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to have a f means a flag, though I can simply have a flag icon. So let me put a flag icon here. Okay, or else what happens here, if this is not like an optimized code, but we can even make it much better, but yeah, details dot revealed, if it is revealed, and details dot value is not equal to 0, so that means it's a number, right? So in this case, what we do here is that if it's not a number, we simply display the whatever thing we have, right? But the thing is that whatever number we have, but also there are like two values. One is the x, which is a bomb, and another one is a number, right? So we need to do another check here, but before that, let me have a other else condition, right? So at least at this point, we have details dot value is equal to x. If it's an x, then we show a bomb, or else we are going to show details dot value. Now let's say if it's not 0, if it's 0, that's when we are going to show nothing, right? Okay, so it's a bomb, right? So it's going to show a bomb, but we want like a circle, right? So in order to have a circle, I'm going to import another component, or I'm going to create another component, which is a small circle, right? Circle.js, and in this component, what we are going to have is, let me copy and paste. Okay, so this is just a style, and we are getting it in the center. This style brings the item in the center, and this is just a circle with height 23 23 and a border which is of light black, something like that. Okay, so if I go into this cell, if it's X, just import circle, and that should be good enough. So now there's no bomb, so no B, something like that. Perfect, this is looking pretty good, right? Now the thing is that the game is not over because we keep revealing and the colors keep on changing, right? In order to handle the game over, we're going to look at it in just a second. Okay, perfect. So let's look into the logic to handle the game over. So first of all, I'm going to create a state which is game over and set game over. Use state false. Initially, it's going to be false, right? And now the thing is that where is the grid? Okay, here is the grid. Perfect. So what I want to, before we do the model stuff and all, let's handle the logic first. So if we click on the bomb, that is when we have game over, right? So I'm going to have a, let's say, json.stringify game over. And how are we going to end it? It's going to be somewhere here. So game set game over. Game over is going to be true, right? And another situation would be when we do the reveal count or the mine count, whatever we do it, right? So if this particular thing is 0, if is equal to 0, set game over to true. Perfect. So let's take a look. I do a refresh. This is a mine, right? So if I click on it, I should get a true here. Mine found and true, right? So when we have a true here, we should not be able to click on anything else. And for that one, we'll implement a model here. Okay. And also we can do one thing, that if I am having a game over or game over, right, I should not be able to do anything. So this is a mine, right? So now there is going to be nothing happening because we have a game over and hence you cannot do anything. Okay, so that's one thing. And let's look at if we have the mine count to 0. Let's look into that. 10, 5, we should not hard code it, but at this point I don't really care too much about it. I want you guys to do it. Okay, so the mines were there. I'm going to actually play this game. So in order to do that, 1, 3, there's going to be 3 somewhere. 1, 2, 6. So I don't want to do that. I'm just going to have one mine, and also along with this one I'm going to have a mine counter, mine non-mine counter, and it's just going to be like 24, right? Because it's 25. This one is not being revealed. It's because it's on the edge and we are not supposed to reveal it as well. So when I click on it, it's going to reveal it 0 and the game over is true, right? So if I do anything, it's not gonna work. So yes, the game over logic works. And how are we going to put that game over logic in a model form? So model is something which comes on top of it like this, right? So in order to do that, I am simply going to, because it's more of a CSS thing, right? It's super simple to do. So I can copy and paste that part as well, but at least I'll show you how it works. So model, okay. Let me create a new component which will be model.js. It's not model, M-O-D-E-L, it's M-O-D-A-L. Like if you are showing it on top of it, something like that. You might have seen it in Bootstrap as well. Okay. So this set timeout is something we would like to display the model after a bit, after everything is being done, which we can kind of like ignore it if we want to, but it kind of gives us a good feeling, something like this. So how this happens here, that if I hit a bomb, it doesn't reveal the model right away, right? Initially, I started with the same logic. I'll be doing something like this, but due to the time constraint, I was not able to do it. But at least we'll have a model after a second, right? This 1000 is a second. Okay, so we have a model here which is simply a position absolute and height and width 100%, and the background is this one. And we even have a reset, which we don't have at this point, so I'm just simply going to remove this. On click, and this should work good. Okay, game over image. We have an image here, right? So in order to do that, let me copy and paste this style. So game over image is in my app CSS. Whenever I copy and paste, if you guys want to go ahead and look at the logic, simply pause it and look at what I have done here, right? Okay, so this image is something which I got from Google. So you can take whatever you feel comfortable with, and yep, let's go ahead and display the model. So it's going to be in bold here, game over and model, right? And this should work good. Let's see. All right, so game over and try again, which is perfect. The thing is, it is taking the position absolute and the reference is being of the whole view, right? In order to handle that, I'm going to give this guy a position relative. And that should work. So if I click here, this one, and position absolute, it kind of worked because it's not this board, but at least the size of the, like at least the height was good. We can simply give this guy a different height and play around with it. It's more of a CSS stuff. But if I go ahead and give this a height board 1010, not 20, it's going to be too big. We can even give it like a wide one, so let's say 15, 10, and 15 minus most probably 15. Let's give it 15. Let's see how it looks like. It's going to be a wide one, which is kind of good, which we like to see, right? Okay, so this is a bomb. If I click on it, it's going to be bomb and show me a model, right? We can style it and place it within a certain frame in the center. And do we want to do that? Okay, we can do that. It's more of a CSS stuff. I don't want to play around with that. I want to focus more on the logic part, and which is being handled, right? Okay, so game over thing is done. Let's focus on the timer. I'll quickly create the timer and most probably conclude it, because most of the logic part is done. It's not necessary to make it a bit longer. Alright, so timer would be, I'm even going to copy and paste the whole thing. Right, so we don't need this timer. We can get rid of this guy. And this is more of a logic which I use to stop the timer. But at this point, I would like to show you what exactly and how exactly it might work. Okay, initially it will be 0 and timer will keep going from 0 to 999 or whatever. Right, 999 should be the maximum one. So function increment timer and set time interval timeout. Here we will set time to time plus plus, let new time equals to time plus 1 and new time, and is declared but it's never used. We are going to use it in just a bit, and increment time, and this depends on time, right? So we are going to have our time here, and let's show that in the code. Timer okay, so timer is not displaying the time. Maybe it's because the time color is white. Okay, maybe we can give it a background, maroon. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, it keeps on incrementing, and we can kind of make it look something like the project which we had, something like this one. We can give it on this scale as well. Where is it? Okay, we can give it on this bar. So I think this is the functionality wise, this project is at this moment more than enough. I'm going to give you like both the projects, which the one which I completed, which is looking kind of good. Oh, I didn't show you the flag thing which we have, right? So if I do a right click, it is going to have a flag here, and yep, this is looking pretty good. So the timer, I think I can give it to you guys how you guys want to do it on the top. So okay, so we won't be focusing more on the front end or the styling part of this one, but at least let me show you how do we do the restart, and after that I'm going to give you some homework task which I would like you guys to do. Okay, so in order to restart, let's see. So if I have a, first of all, let me remove the model alert. We don't need this. Okay, so if a bomb is found, it's going to reveal all the bombs and going to show us this one, right? So I can even put in the try just a little bit of this guy CSS. Try again. So in my app CSS, I'm going to have another class which is perfect. Okay, so if I click on this button, I am supposed to restart the whole thing, right? So when I click on it, restart game is not a function because there's a model. I forgot to do this. Alright, so assuming that there was nothing on the retry model, so if we right now if we do something, it doesn't do anything, right? In this case, what I need to do here is that I need to take this fresh board outside of the component did mount or component or the use effect, right? I'm going to put it outside. What I'm going to do next, let me change it to constant and equal to perfect, and constant restart game. I'm going to create a new function, and in this one I'm going to call the fresh board. Okay, this works good, and let me show you how it works. If we need to pass it into the model one, right? So when I pass it in model as restart game, and when I'm in the model section, I pass in the restart game. This is like object destructuring, that it is a prop dot restart game, but I can simply do it in this way. Okay, so on click we need to call a function. So this is our button, try again. In our try again, I am calling on click, and we simply need to do restart game, and this should do what we are expecting it to do, but there would be one issue. So I'm here, the model appears on top of it, I restart it, everything goes back, but the model doesn't go away. In order to handle this one, I simply need to do a game over false here. So this is like, if I do a restart, game over is not true, right? So set game over is going to be false, and this should do the trick. 1, retry, perfect. So we have a fresh board and everything works great. I want you guys to handle the timer, and it should look or could look something. This is what I have created before, and right now it's just having one mine because I was looking for a purpose. So here it freezes when the logic here is not about when all the mines are revealed. The logic here is simply just one thing. If you click a bomb, that's when this timer stops. Though it is not the complete logic. The complete logic should be if all the blocks are revealed and no block with a bomb is okay, I'm messing it myself up. If every block apart from the bomb one is revealed, that's when there's the game over and we need to stop the timer. There are two logics which we have already discussed before. So we don't have it here. It's just going to be on click of a bomb. So see here, it is going to freeze at 5 maybe. Okay, 6. So this is working as we expect it to work, right? So I would like to see how you guys implement a logic for stopping a timer. Another is a CSS part, which is I want to see how you guys do this thing. Like how do you guys make this game over in a single block, which is pretty simple. CSS is not hard. CSS is just like a bit time consuming. The one which I've done, it is not difficult. I can do it, but I don't want to waste your time by showing it through the video. Maybe we can do it in a different video, but yes, I would like to see something like this from your side, and if you can do this animation, that would be great, and maybe I can reward you something if you show me something like this done by yourself. Okay, so if you can have a flag up here, if you can have a timer, easy, medium, hard is something I would like to see as well, and I don't think it would be difficult based on what we have here. See this? So if I have another state which is like a easy, medium, hard, so based on that I can change this static variables, right? This is our Minesweeper project. A lot of people have asked this question in the interviews to me as well in big companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon. Google and Facebook have asked me this question to reveal it. You don't need to, in those companies, when you apply, you don't need to apply the complete UI to it. All they are expecting from you is to put up a logic. How do you do a reveal function? First of all, how do you create a board? And things like that. Okay, so this was an interesting project. I love to do it. I had this thing in mind since a long time, but finally I got the time to do it. Also, I am super thankful to you guys for giving us so much support, so much love. We really appreciate that. And if you guys haven't followed us on Instagram, go ahead and do follow us there. Also, we have a Telegram community where you can join, you can talk to people, get some research out of it. I am planning to do everyday lead code problems on there as well. So it's going to be super fun. So do join it and comment and tell me how do you feel about this course. What are the changes we can do, how we can make it better. And also if you have any project idea which comes up to your mind, do let us know. Next videos will be working on the complete MERN stack, Node, React, of course React we are doing, but Express, Node, Mongo, and stuff like that. So it's going to be an interesting journey. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like it helps us a lot, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.